So here we have the chart for the Thai Beverage Company. So this is the company that make the beer Chang, listed in the Singapore Stock Exchange, and the ticker is Y92. So we've got this on the 12-month view, and we can come and we can put in some nice levels. So we've got a level there, we've got one up here, we've got one, that one, not quite. We've got one there. And we've got one there. So we'll go through and we'll put in 12M, 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 and 12M. So we will now move down onto the 6-month. So if we go onto here, look in, zoom in, what can we see? So we can see this 12-month level held up quite well. Underneath it, we've got a 6-month level that we'll put in. We have, this one's an active candle, so I don't want to do this one, but you've got quite an interesting level that's proposed there. You've got one up here. What else do we have? That's about it. It's got some interesting levels, but we've got this massive void here that we're currently looking at. So we will move down. Is there anything on the 3-month of note? Nope. But that's interesting. That's an interesting point in the chart, and we'll zoom in on that a little bit later because that's quite a nice little volume node. No, there's not a whole lot on the 3-month. The only thing that is jumping out at me on the 3-month is this. So we'll go back, and if we move this down, actually, if I zoom in here, we do have quite a nice 3-month level here. So this is a very interesting area of support as it's come down, held above, and is now pushing back off it. So that's an area definitely worth noting. So that's the 3-month. We'll move down now onto the monthly and see what we can see. So as you can see, had a nice push up here, retraced back down, found a level here. So we've got an interesting level there. And one below there. And one here. One here. One there. And then that's a very interesting area because just look how much liquidity is sitting in there. If we go down, what can we see? Very, very good area there. That's a really interesting level. So we'll put a monthly there. You've got one there. And that's about it, but you've got a massive fair value gap there. That's a very interesting window of liquidity. So if we zoom out, what can we see? So quite a lot of lines on here, probably a little bit too many, but you can see that this is a mega liquidity zone. So if I get a rectangle, and we can see if I go under here, there. It's a really interesting zone, as you can see, grabbed in, fuel the fire. When it did it there, it grabbed it. So how would I look to... So how would I potentially look to play this? If we go down onto the weekly, Now this is where the volume on this becomes a little bit of an issue, but as you can see, it's held this line here, pushed up, it's rejected off here. So two ways to play this, because I think this is a swing play, is I think you potentially play the support and resistance. So if I grab a brush, so we could potentially see come down, rest on here, possibly a few wicks into here, maybe grab some liquidity, push up, gain this, push up and sweep this liquidity here. Alternatively, we could see, if I go back onto the weekly, here we are. Alternatively, you could see potential push up, gain of this, and you take this potentially on the retest, targeting a sweep of here, with a view to potentially looking for this area up here. As you can see, this is quite an interesting zone. A lot of liquidity resting up here. And then at that case, I think the big thing you'd look for on this particular ticker, that I'd want to see, is I'd want to see a gain of this 12-month support. And I think if you gain and close above here, you open up quite a lot of potential upside. Similarly, this level here. And then in terms of your absolute ultimate Valhalla moment is break above this monthly level. And once you break above this monthly level, you could then be looking for a sweep of here, 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 and rerunning the highs up here. So, yeah, really interesting stock. I wouldn't be day trading this, but I think, as you can see from the way it moves on a high time frame, it's really interesting, just moving between these levels. So I think this is it's a fun one to keep an eye on. I think you've certainly got quite a lot of opportunity in terms of trading it. You've got quite an easy invalidation. I think if it drops out and it loses this monthly support, if it doesn't find support in this liquidity zone, loses monthly support, you're then probably looking for a retest of down here. So yeah, interesting stock. Hopefully it reruns the highs for people and they can have a cheers to that. Yeah, if there's any stocks that you'd like me to break down, let me know and I will add them to the list.